try. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay?
Hi guys, and happy Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and Fastelevn. We are at our cabin, or not right now. Right now we are driving down to the closest town called Fagernes to do a little bit of shopping. It is blue skies and a lot of snow. The cabin was when we came yesterday evening, it was 20 degrees Celsius. For those of you who think Celsius is difficult compared to Fahrenheit, I think it's the opposite. Celsius is when it's 0 degrees, it's freezing. Water freezes at 0 degrees. So yesterday it was minus 20 degrees Celsius when we came. So that means that it was 20 degrees below freezing. So the cabin was about, I think it was about freezing, about 0 degrees. And we started fires right away, and after about, I don't know, 5 hours or something, we had about 20 degrees inside. So it's cold, but today it's not that cold. It's about 12 degrees minus, I think. I'm going to make buns, and we are going to stuff our face with cake and buns. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments on my last video. Many of you said that the cake was too pretty to eat or cut into. We have many years of training in cutting my cakes, and my motto is that a cake is never too pretty to eat. So we are going to eat the cake and the buns today. So, and try to get a little bit of sun and time outside. And I'll try to take you along for the things I think you may enjoy.
Forever, 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 forever. I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling, I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever, forever, forever. I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
Valentine's Day cake for lunch. That's my kind of lunch. The cake was good. It's still a lot left. I at least don't eat the marzipan. I actually don't. I'm not very fond of marzipan. My husband likes it, but he too leaves a lot because it gets too sweet and too much. So yeah, I don't make these kind of cakes often because it's expensive and I think we waste a lot of marzipan. So, but they look and taste good. So we went shopping. I didn't buy much. The reason why we went shopping, this was not the prettiest background I could have chosen for this chit chat, but the reason my husband wanted to go shopping was that we had been in lockdown in our town, so he has not been able to shop anything for Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. So he wanted us to go and me to find something, and I did. And this, many of you may think this is a very strange gift, but this is what I wanted. This is called a Valdresrosa. Valdres is the place or the area we have our cabin, and rosa means rose. So this is a Valdres rose, and this is traditionally hung. I don't know, I should have read up. There's probably some history behind it, but this is this is a type of decor that almost all the old buildings and farms have on the wall. So I have been wanting us to make, because we could easily make that ourselves. But then we found, when we were out shopping, we found this, what shall I call it, kind of a booth, but there is no one serving it or operating it. It's just a booth, and it's called the booth, or the kind of the shop of honesty, because there's no one there and they just want you to send the money or put the money in a box. And the things in the booth are made of prisoners from the local prison. So it's a way for them to, I guess, make money while they're in prison and to have something to do. So I thought that was such a wonderful idea and thing. So that is what I wanted, a Valdres rose. And then I wanted a thermometer to be able to see temperature inside. So we bought that. And I bought something to have my phone on.
Synes ikke, vi skal lage islig på den ovnen, så er det så dyrbart.
My husband has been out getting some water from our well, because I want to make some ice lanterns, the same ones I made with my grandson, that can stay here at the cabin. So I needed some water, and I guess he says that he don't think I should use this precious water to make lanterns. So I guess it was hard to come by or to get a hold of. Yes, and I could not, as I said, we usually at Fastelevn we usually decorate with these birch branches with feathers on, and there's an organization for women that make them and sell them. So when we buy them, the money goes to a very nice place, but I couldn't find any. I guess the virus situation has made it difficult for them. So I bought some feathers and some thread, and I'll go out and find some birch branches and make my own fastelavnsris, as we call it. So I have a plan to do that. I'm going to make buns and make my ice lanterns. So that's hopefully what I'm going to do today. I asked my husband for some birch branches, so he has gotten me a whole tree. This is so typical of him. This is my branches, a whole tree. I just have to cut off.
You're like a river in the dark. You stare me right, you lit the spark. And I can feel you tearing down every wall. Come one, come all. You're like an early morning breeze. Your soft red lips and gentle tease. You must have been sent just for me. Come one, come all.
Here's our water heater.
You set sail and navigate.
My hubby is making dinner. What's for dinner?
Turkey with mashed sweet potato, and we call it kohlrabi. Something like kale.
Not kale, but I think it's called kohlrabi. Kohlrabi. Cabbage.
Cabbage, that's it, yes.
And under blue skies with an open glance, we head over heels, filled with dreams.
We have to recycle the water, so I use this for a dirty pot. Holy hot.
Nej, du måste bara... You can't swear on my channel.
Oh. Oh.
It's forking hot.
Yeah.
Fork.
It's very hot.
Very hot.
We can go wherever. We can be whoever.
And just for the record, I made dinner yesterday. We had pasta with pesto and tomatoes and chicken. And today it's turkey with these mashed vegetables and kind of a mashed root vegetables and béarnaise sauce.
And my eyes are set on you.
this is how my birch branches, or my Fastelevn series as we call it, turned out. I made one for the dining room table and one for the coffee table, and now you're going to see my big washing up, and one for the kitchen. So we are good to go for Fastelevn, and now I'm going to make buns. So I'm ready to make my buns. I didn't have cardamom, but I hope they turn out good anyways. I have the recipe on my Fastelevn video from last year. I think Fastelevn in English is Shrove Tuesday, Shrove. I'm not sure, but at least it's a video where I is holding a tray of buns with cream on the thumbnail, and there you can find the recipe. You need milk, butter, yeast, flour, and cardamom and sugar. So it's an easy recipe. I read up on the rose, the Valdres rose that I showed you yesterday, and actually it turns out that oh, I'm sorry about the lighting. Okay, I'll move the camera, I think. Yes, so as I was saying, it turns out that the Valdres rose that I got from my husband for Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, the history of that is actually connected to Germany and the US. There was a Norwegian guy called Erik Eriksson, and in 1900 he came to Valdres. Before that he had been living in the US, in Kansas City, and in Kansas City he met a German guy who taught him to build, and that guy used the rose. It wasn't called Valdres rose, of course. I'm not sure what it was called in German, but at least that's where he got it from. And then he came back to Valdres and he built a lot of buildings here. And usually on the top of the wall, I just have to start my buns. In the top of on the side of the walls on the barn, it's usually a hole for air for ventilation. my husband is helping me with my English, and he used that to kind of cover the hole and make it pretty. So Erik Eriksson took that back to Norway, and then he built a lot of buildings here in this area, and that's why it's called the Valdres rose. But the Amish people is also, they have German heritage, so they also have this. So you can find this in Pennsylvania, Ohio, several places in the US. So it just goes to show how we are all connected. Even Norwegian decor has its origin from Germany and the US. Yeah, just I thought that was a fun fact, so I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, I cannot multitask, so I think I'll just have to get on with my buns, and I'll talk to you a bit later. And that was my bundle all done. Covered it with plastic foil and a towel, so it's staying there to rise. I love this view out of the kitchen window. My ice lanterns are ready, so it's time to try to get them out of the mold. The sun is so strong that it has started to melt the ice. We're going home today, but my daughter and her family is coming on Friday, so I hope that they can enjoy the lanterns. Many of you commented on my cake video that I have so much patience. Well, this is something I don't have patience with. I cannot get this out. And I know that it's loose all over, but I want it to come out, and I'm sure that when it comes out I will have broken it. Oh, oj då. I have tried with cold water, hot water, but I can see that it has made some dents here in the, maybe that's why. Come out! And it's the same with the small one. It does not want to come out. Oh, I think it's, can you see it has made a kind of a dent here? I think that's the problem. Yes. The lanterns turn out beautiful, I think. So now my daughter and grandson will have these beautiful lanterns with greenery from home that my grandson and I picked together when they come next week.
Can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. And shadows and gloom are all that you see. We'll find a place where we can be free.
Okay, that was the ice lanterns done. Oh my god. Next time, note to self, use balloons. So now I have to roll out the buns and get those in the oven after they have been rising for a second time. The first tray of buns have risen to the double, they have doubled in size, so I can put them in the oven. I'm going to bake for about 10 minutes. is all the buns done. So now they just start to cool down, and I'm going to whip some cream and maybe decorate them a bit. And this trip took a turn. We have a fire in the chimney. So that's the fire rescuer, or what is it called? Yeah. I don't know if you can see them, but let me see. There they are. Oh my goodness. I think my husband managed to put it out, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Hi guys, we are back home, and as you saw from my last clip, the trip ended in a kind of abrupt way. It was nothing dramatic. It could have been, but it was not. We had a small fire in the chimney. We had been lighting two big... The fires we had been lighting in our fireplace was too big, and we are not sure about how the chimney is built. It's very old. So it caught on fire. My husband tried to kind of, and I'm very calm in crisis, but for some reason he was thinking that he was not going to upset me. So I didn't know we had the fire until he told me he had rung the fire department. So 4 firefighters came with, as you saw, a big fire truck, and by then the fire had stopped. We have a suspicion that it may have been a fire during the night as well, and that it died in the morning, or sometime during the night. And when we started a fire again in the day, it started to burn again. So it's a scary thing, but we are now going to have the chimney sweepers there on Monday. My daughter's going to be there, and they're going down with cameras and checking that everything is okay. This is how it is to get a new cabin. This is kind of our trial year, so we have to kind of try things out. Maybe not by setting things on fire, but at least this gives us the chance to kind of check both the chimneys and see if they are built in a way that's safe. So we had a wonderful trip. I have to laugh when I look at the footage because we are stuffing our faces. That's almost the only thing we did this weekend. So if someone is wondering why we are a bit plump, my husband and I, here's your explanation. I have since a after seeing all the footage and going on the scale when I came back, I'm now trying to be a good girl. My God, I have to. So yeah, I'm sure you don't care, but I have to say I got a bit of a shock when I saw, you know, how you can kind of think you're still the same weight, and even though we haven't been for months, and then you walk past the mirror or you see yourself in a photo or something, and you kind of get a shock. Yeah, that's me. Okay, I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I know that Mother's Day are at different days in different countries, and Fastelevn is not something many others celebrate. I know that it's a celebration in Sweden, I think in Denmark as well. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about my upcoming videos because every time I do I kind of get in trouble because I promise too much. But now I'm going into Easter. That's my plan. I have some DIYs, and I hope I have a cute plan for Easter, or maybe a more elegant, I hope. But it involves some DIYing, so I'm at least getting ready for that. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please keep safe, and I hope I'll see you again for my next video. Bye. Have a wonderful week.